Hello, everybody, and welcome into the stream. Is it still playing the warm-up music? There it is. Oh my goodness, am I a monitor mix or a stream mix? Uh-oh. I'm gonna have to listen to myself, aren't I? No, wait. Yeah. Okay, well, who cares? Alright, so, welcome into the stream today. We are going to be doing a little bit of that challenge, if it's still up. I spent some time. There used to be an icon up here for jumpstart stuff, and I definitely decided to cash those in. We got some decent stuff, I'm gonna be honest. I had a friend over, we were trying to fix some audio issues, but, yeah, we spent like 3 hours trying to fix all that nonsense, and, we think we got it figured out. We think that it was the Wi-Fi range extender plugged into an extension, and it was overloading the USB hub and causing all of that business. I don't know why it started to do that, but it is what happened. Yada yada yada. Let's. There should be rank brawl. So we don't have a lot of options here. We don't have anything competitive. But the strongest one that we have is Ruby. Ruby does not play well into a lot of things, and can only fight certain things with a good hand. So we're aiming for silver, and we're going to be really happy if we can get there. I don't think that there's a super budget deck that we can build. Maybe we could do something mono black and mess with people. Yeah, see, Mr. Cheese here playing Rowan, who is probably a storm deck. Oh, this guy's actually fine. Oh, so we'll see if we can do something. We got some protection. We might be able to. They didn't have instant speed. Hopefully their deck's a little bit slower. And they're not about to pop off turn 4. Okay, good. So let's... Wild. Put them back. Let's see what they do. Veto, you say? That's a good top deck. Rowan's kind of annoying, but Rowan...
If my intervention's required, then so be it.
That
Energy for your efforts.
more land. Alright, let's see if they have a damnation or some kind of board wipe. They want to spend that. You did it. You got human. Okay.
An unwise attack.
There it is. Unfortunately, we are a little bit low in lands now. Hey, we got one. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we got Ugin. We can play that.
I wield the essence of this.
Nice rebuilding. Go me. You just can't keep a good Ugin down. 1,000 experience. Get nothing. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe he just wasn't a good pilot or just slapped something together. Because Crux of Fate is not the best Wrath. There are many other better ones, especially in his color. Sauron the Dark Lord. This one may be... We should probably mulligan for protection. But there is no free mulligan in Ranked Brawl, so we're not gonna. We'll just drop protection in the first 2 turns. Or another ramp spell. I wouldn't be too mad about that because he is in blue. He'll probably figure out a way to counterspell our junk. Sauron feels like a very counterspell deck. Gonna be no control 88 because no control 87 was already taken. Did they miss a thing, or am I not paying attention? Let's get that way. Intimidate the hell out of him. He's in mill deck, he scoops now. Good thing to get rid of. I don't like that. Ooh, we need to increase the sensitivity of my mouth. Let's see. Where is that? Settings? I don't want to have to relearn that. Maybe they're just trying to bore us to death. Did they go first or did we go first? I did not pay attention to that. Excellent question, but I will not know. So what's the plan? The plan is our standard turns, and I guess Chandra's fine? Hopefully we can get... I mean, Kogla is an unfortunate drop into Sauron, just because it's a trade. And then as a 6 toughness commander, Might Stone, Weak Stone... no lightning bolt. Good. He doesn't have one of the standard red kill spells. He probably is going to have 2-drop kill spell or counter spell. We hate both. Vulnerable to a lot of types of control right at this moment. Okay. I can deal with value tower. We didn't even have a 1-drop, so they don't have the Ring Bearer to call. We could also Kogla and Yadaro the Call of the Ring, so that they don't get a bunch of tempts. How's dual deck? Okay. Do we... I think we... Because that doesn't deal with, Sauron. We could Might Stone, Weak Stone. Not a bad idea, because... Kills this. Then we land. And then we can... I would have liked to do that after Primeval Bounty, but I don't want him to snowball if he doesn't have another creature. I also do want to kill Ruby with Chandra at the gate. They have Death Touch? They do, so hopefully Yadar will be trading. The Primeval Bounty. We got 1, 2. Yeah, we can't even. We might be able to Basswood Surge with the kicker, then Ruby survives, but I don't think we have 10 mana. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, not 14. Okay. Reaching Dragonstorm. Interesting take. Do we remove the Nazgul? Because we can. I'm just gonna throw this in. I'm gonna take out the call. No attack right now. Lose 1 life. Okay. Graveyard have Sneak. I hadn't actually read this one all the way before. Neat. I think we're gonna Chandra. Get rid of Nazgul. No blocks. Because the Primeval Bounty gives counters onto Ruby now, so it can actually survive the Nazgul death. The Nazgul wipe. Oh hey, Thunder's debut. That's also an option. But I like this one. We can always come back and do that. What you got going on, opponent? You doing anything with that? You got priority. Bro might have a counter spell. Sacrifice the thing. Cool. Kind of the same.
Fire never rests, so neither do
Still
I.
get to like the Nazgul.
Restraint?
It is a life.
Don't need
It is what it is. Let's cycle Migration Path. Okay. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Dragonstorm? Actually, let's see. Ruby. Let's do Storm's just gonna Ruby survive.
Thought I'd be more help.
Get this bad boy back. Bunch of value. Primeval Bounty cares about every part of Skyfire. Alright. So if we keep trying to kill that thing, eventually we'll take their whole hand. No control, sir? You have priority because the Witch King has a activated ability for 0. And I think that he just doesn't like me for some reason. Does this put him on the battlefield? No, it just puts him in the hand, which is fine. We got 8 drops. Reaching, we'll go ahead and put those counters on the Skyclave because it's a land, so it dodges some forms of removal. There we go. What do we get? We get a Blasphemous. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. We could Fastwood Surge into nothing. But it does put a counter on Ruby, which means that she would live anyway, actually, because of the thing, but we gain some life off of this. Get on to block the Ruby. I'm attacking his hand. Oh? No, that's correct. You had it. Oh, really? Fighting the Skyclave. The one that he can actually kill, sure. He's just gonna take a bunch of damage. Oh, that's why he wanted it. We can just recast Ruby. Because right now we're already threatening lethal with just sending in the Ruby. Okay, we got 2 blockers now. Yep. I wouldn't. I'm threatening lethal. If you attack with that thing, I probably win. That's exactly what I thought. So we are going to Thunderous Debut. So we'll see what we get. We roll the dice. We are going to get Calamity and Bolt. The classic. In the business. My light points are out of range for you, probably, sir. The good game. He had a decent amount of removal. Wasn't quite enough to keep up with us, though. A nice little crummy game of magic. Oh, we have packs. Alright, so, chat, listen. We want the black paradigm spell. That's what we're aiming for. I haven't opened a single one. Oop, good sign. I haven't opened a single one on any account. Well, that's Witherbloom. We'll look into that later. Vicious Rivalry. Very good. All right. We got 2 cards for the same deck. It's building itself in front of us. I really like this. Give me a rocket baller. Give me the actual card. Only destroy the basic lands. Okay. And lastly. Oop. Oh, it could be. It wasn't. Alright. Those packs were probably from messing around with the foundations stuff. You know, we gotta keep casting red spells, we gotta keep casting green spells. Let's get right back into it. Yuffie. This hand's fine, we're probably not gonna enjoy it. But we curve into combustible here Hulk, then we might have a game. As you know, Great Furnace is fodder for the bargain card that we use. Yeah. Of course, it's either 1-drop berries, 1-drop little flyers, or hey, are we getting ninjutsu'd? What a design mistake. Why would they put this card into... Alright, they whip. Kobo's might be able to actually block Yuffie. Death Touch to you. That would be just too much. Ninja. With the inclusion of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, is there a sweet spot amount of ninjas where Ninja Tribal actually becomes a thing? That member. See, this is one of those matchups where the protection spell is incredibly important. And now we need to find a fourth land, or we're just out of this game entirely. We got Sneak Behind Ninjutsu. Straight up Ninjutsu's back. Yep. Oh man, are we getting a 10 drop on top? Are we just dead? Yep. Pretty much. I don't think we have an out. I don't think we have any recourse. There's no card in our deck that saves us. Yeah. What a ridiculous design mistake. Well, let's give it another shot. Hopefully somebody's trying to do something ridiculous. You never know. Alright, I respect it. It's not one of the ones that I was expecting to see. So this is a artifacts deck that can manipulate the top of the library. This hand seems bad. This one seems fine. We got our ramp in it. We will ship back Chandra sticks around. We'll ship back the burn down the house. Do you get bigger? No. Okay. Then yeah, that's probably fine. We will tutor up the Scry land, Surveil land, sorry. Watch me get stifled here. Crop rotation can work. Because we have a 1-drop instant now, we won't attack. I wish that there was a colored, in the Gruul colors, max speed card on a land in the 1 and 2 drop area. So let's rotate this forest. We'll rotate that into an air archway. Send back the forest. The forest ends you to reach the horizon. There we go. We didn't get counterspelled for some reason. That's going to be their biggest mistake. We have 6 mana on the board, a 7th in hand. If they don't remove Ruby, they did not. And we get to now they found the counterspell. A slower counterspell, but it works. Just fine, because we're very far away from our next one, so we Vaultborn would have been good. Because then we could have attacked, which would save Ruby from the inevitable Chandra board wipe main phase 2. Are they a field of the dead? Is that what's going on here? Of course they like all the cards on top. Why wouldn't they like all the cards on top of their deck? I guess that means that their fabled passive is offline, because if they like the cards on top of their deck, they're not going to be correcting that immediately. That's a lot of artifacts. Okay, maybe they didn't like the top 2 cards, and they just didn't care. They just need the candy trail down for the mocks. Okay, I can see it. A 2/4 for 3 that gains you life whenever you do the thing that your deck wants to do. That definitely slows down aggro decks. I can respect the inclusion. Sitting there waiting on priority though is kind of a dick move. Okay, here we go. So do we? I think we do.
Don't start the fight without me.
Yeah, let's just get rid of everything.
One blaze closer to victory.
Because my commander has haste. You don't have another one. Get out. A bounce is annoying, but the mountains are now forests. I want Bane of Progress, because there's not a lot of high mana value mass removal stuff. Definitely not as much as I want. I want... You get a creature you want to get? You got the lands to play basic game. Yeah. Twice the tokens. Ward 2 is annoying. Takes up my entire turn. Actually, does Mightstone Weakstone? Because that's an enters effect, so I think that I can pay the ward cost with... do we just ramp this turn? I could see this being the best move. Especially topping the Vorinclex right there. You got it, bud. Ooh, Kogla. Kogla, very good. ETB, fight your thing. I could have played Ruby before that. I should have done that. I didn't do the math. I think that Mightstone and Weakstone can pay for its own ward to cost. I think so. We have the mana to do it anyway. So we'll just do that. Do we do it after combat? Yeah. I think they might. They're not gonna block. I didn't think so. Itself to pay for its own ward cost. Incredible. Grant again. And I think we're able to Ulamog next turn. 5, 9, 11. Yes. Guild of the Dead is online. That is unfortunate. Destroy target permanent, though? The clue is a pizza. Yeah, that's pretty much it. The bouncing thing was super annoying. It wasn't countering. So I think we just got unlucky fighting a couple people at the start. They were leaning our MMR more into higher ranked players that are just starting their experience. So losing a couple battles, now we're in the bottom 50% of the bronze tier 5s. Alright, Winter Bloom. Wither Bloom. So I go first with a Gemstone Caverns. You'll love to see it. But the Misty Rainforest, we don't have a ramp spell, so we're going to have to shift this one back. That is some ramp, so this hand is more keepable. Might have to replace the Steel Hellkite. I don't think... Well, it is a 6-drop, and we do want to try and curve into that. So we'll ship back the... we'll ship back the Rune card. What do we got? Wildgrove, that's... I would prefer something better, but it might actually make the difference. Maybe he's about to die. Get evil, big loser. So unfortunately, I think Circuitous Route has me get 2 names. Maybe it's the other one. Hopefully we can get 2 forests. Wait, they have a Yavimaya. Never mind. We should be getting mountains. Elf? Is Witherbloom an elf commander? I guess it could be, because elves are just known for shitting stuff all over the battlefield. We could Wildgrove here. We could also, however, take them off of their combo piece. Considering they haven't really done anything for the first 2 turns, probably fine. for 3. Okay. Probably gonna wish that we had kept the board wipe, considering what we're about to do to this man. He's like, what the fuck does this card do? I've never seen this card before in my life. Cool card. I like it. It changes the entire dynamic of the deck. It makes the ramp cards not the worst thing in the world anymore. Until I run out. He did not have it. He did not have another life. He was about to start getting the shit kicked out of him with lands. Ooh, a pack. Do we have... Blech. I want to like Blech, but I think that like the 5 cards that exist for him that make him go infinite and are best aren't on Arena. I think that the best cards for Black are aren't available. So you could just play Witherbloom and win more games. Jadar. So this is going to be an aristocrat style deck. We technically have ramp. Rune Carved is a strong one because black does not typically have access to any strong artifact removal. So we will surveil hard for a 30. What do? Getting your upset if a non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn. Okay. Or a spell was worked this turn to catch up to creatures. Oh, surveil, looking for a land. That's a land. We'll take that. We'll play this one. Maybe no attacks because they've got a 1/3 now. There's Jadar. The aristocrats' plans in full swing. That's a 4/4 now. So that's real bad. It might actually accelerate out of our ability to deal with it. Map the Frontier, because this is the best ramp spell in the deck. It's 2 relevant cards. It's back a forest, but it's always going to be tapped. Bristling Backwoods is always going to be tapped when it comes in, and so is Arid Archway. But when they come into play like that, we guarantee our land drop next turn, and we have it taps for 2. That dies. That now, which is fortuitous for us. We can, so this would give us 2, 3, 4, which is not enough for Chandra. We definitely want to drop the Chandra this turn. They're going to get us out of control.
Freedom will blaze through the
we only have to do
multiverse.
this for 3.
Blaze a path forward.
Do you have a mess of triggers you want to put on the stack, sir? Forced. And now we can slowly start taking over the game by putting a Chomping Master Store into the other people's. Like I said. We have a decent amount of stuff, so I think we're just going to ship the rune cards at him. Play your commander again. Or actually sacrifice it. That's fine. think we're fine with our hand the way it is.
Blaze closer to victory.
A bunch of nonsense or land, so we won't have to cycle it. Do you have the removal so that you can get rid of Chandra both? Sending protecting it in the yard is actually fine. We'll hold on to Uga unless he does that. Neither of us have 10 or less life though, so Bloodghast does not have haste. Put that up, that's fine. Let's spin the wheel because we do have a bunch of creatures with haste. One of them's in our hand. If we hit a ramp spell, that would be pretty good. Good Hellkite, sure. No, I think we just
Blaze a path forward.
We'll give our opponent a villainous choice. Do you want to die? I don't think our opponent read Chomping Massive. You have to block the Mastosaur. Oh. Okay. Oh, we can't block. I forgot. You can't use land tricks to get it into play as a blocker. Because it came out in the same set that the fetch lands did, so that was always a worry. Alright, cool. Strategic board wipe in the correct place. More games like that. More where they don't draw any of their removal, and we get everything that we want. There's a bunch of times where the Chomping Mastosaur or the Chandra will cycle through the hand just to... Pretty pink. Hand's fine. Just to be able to get rid of a fuck ton of lands that end up in there, because sometimes we'll just run out of juice. We'll look for that other land. Domri is a fine substitute for the fourth land, but it's not my favorite. Digging hard for a land. That's a land. No. Defend the Rider is the best protection spell in the deck because other than something like Soul Shatter, which makes you sacrifice the thing with the highest mana value, none of the kill spells get around it because you can make a body in response. We will keep our deck away there. Search. You don't have a counter spell. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? And it's like, listen, I don't know. But you have not played your commander yet. Mildred. Okay. That's a card. We are drawing too many lands. Far too many lands. But let's take them off of their land. Okay, so, fuck your forest. Ruby takes a short dirt nap.
I lead the Golgari now. Step aside or be crushed.
Leaving us with 4. We could poke. But I think that this leaves us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which isn't enough. We'll just drop the Steel Hellkite and hold up the Defender Rider. Steel Hellkite can kill Vraska next turn if I decide to dump everything into it. I don't like that Steel Hellkite's second ability holds priority. It's very awkward. I would shift enter, I think, is the hotkey for it, to just skip through my entire turn. Unfortunately, I have a Defend the Rider, which may become relevant, depending on what he's got in his hand, because it is vulnerable to every type of removal that he has that doesn't require mana value. You can disenchant it, you can murder it, you can destroy it. That's fine. My thing lives. Try again. Yeah, actually gonna sacrifice something, or are you just gonna... No. We can get 6. We can kill it. Grief. Okay. Yeah. It's probably Domri. Rune Carver's is going to take a little bit of time to warm up. Let's go ahead and drop that on Ruby. 5, 6, 7, 8. Boom, boom.
The day is yours.
Remember to kill your Arcane Signet. Ow. I guess it doesn't do artifacts. That one does, though. I don't think we need it yet, though. The Scalding Tarn currently taps for black because of his Urborg, so we don't need to fetch with it now. We can hold it up for landfall triggers. He's assembling the team, though, which could give him something good. A Reclamation Sage would actually be pretty excellent right now. Of course, because it is... Ooh, okay. Sure. You got it, bud. You're actually gonna sack something to it now?
What's about to happen?
Send you back to the Shadow Realm.
shadows. For now.
Somehow, Vraska has returned.
It's time to step out of the shadows. It was probably going to die anyway.
Oh, he actually did the thing. Artifact, enchantment, or land, which is handy. They don't have a creature, so... we'll send the Hissing Quagmire away so that I don't have to deal with it. Been a good game. They really had a rough go of it this time. The fact that my ramp is 4 mana, definitely relevant. Couldn't just blow it up with Vraska. I think they needed more aristocrats or removal or something. I think they drew the wrong half of their deck. They were playing like a mediocre control deck and just getting the beat down. Oh no. And here I am without my counterspell protection. Oh shit, counterspell protection. Well, that's gonna catch a counterspell. Really lucky with the third land scrying to the top. It's the boy. Yeah. Main phase pool resources. Okay. They seem pretty confident in their 2-mana counterspell, whatever it is. They seem really... Tapping out for it is an interesting choice. Because that gives us the option to... Yes. Sure, we'll get another one. And then
Come
give
and
me a red
destroy.
one because I don't like you. No, it doesn't. Let's see if Domri goes back to that. What the heck? What the heck? You have no cards in your hand. Land cards in hand. Keep land cards. Otherwise, it's
They can only punish you if they catch you.
warm. Give him the ruby. Build your own 4/4 featuring Ruby Daring Tracker. With a guest appearance of Domri, Anarch of Bolas. No, look. It was the other Brawl deck. Yeah, nothing we can really do about it. We just had to hedge our bets that it was, in fact, the Counterspell dot deck with Domri, and it was the combo version. What can I do? I don't have counterspells. The only way to beat that is actually stopping their stuff. Ivy Gleeful Spell Thief. So this is a little bit of an Enchantress, kind of a Voltron-y deck. Warnclicks having Reach could be relevant. We don't have Ramp in this hand, though, so we're going to mulligan. We have protection, and we can try digging for one really hard. We don't want to go down too many cards, though, so we will just go ahead and ship the highest mana value and fucking pray. Nope. Thank God. Ruby attacks the one that reads our commander. Turn, the opponent might have up a counter spell. In fact, they probably do. Because they're in blue. And we get away with it anyway. I don't think that I've, anecdotally, never had planar engineering come up when I actually had a landfall creature in play. It's just such a little tiny synergy. You just never shows up. Legolas. Okay. Here's the thing. I can take you off the loop. Damn it. Still a 5. I'm Ruby. They are Ivy. I'll take 2. Try this. Get my surveil land. Get rid of the land that's on top of my deck and see if we can get something else. I stand corrected. We'll get Vorinclex counterspelled instead. Oh shit, no really. Yeah, you can have Hexproof. Do with that 2 mana what you will. He's probably going to want to play something, which is going to tap down his lands again. The 1 mana protection spells. Boom Scholar. You know, there was an interesting idea the other day that we had. We could put in something of autumn to get around the counterspell dot deck. It gives your creatures like hexproof and uncounterable from black and blue. We take the Domri. Feels really bad. We'll send back the Ugin because we're never going to get there. Especially on the draw. I don't know, they pre-ordered the Iron Man playset. Oh. Oh. Are they a combo deck searching, or did they just not have it? Oh shit. And they spent money on this deck, because that gelatinous cube was in the store the other day. I mean, just scooping people to bronze wouldn't be the worst thing, because you don't lose ranking in bronze for scooping. So you could just be powering people into silver. Just mulliganing down for his combo and then scooping. Bronze would be the time where you'd want to do that. This Harvest's Hand. So this is a Selesnya Enchantress deck. She's going to want to throw down enchantments all the time. Sylvan Primordial, Sylvan Primordial Worldbreaker are probably some of my best answers to this deck. However, without a ramp spell, we'll never play them. So we'll mulligan for the ramp spell. That's fine. We get to keep the Worldbreaker. Zakao, though, might be the one that we ship back because it doesn't actively exile an enchantment when it comes down. So for the first turn, we're going to play the Forest. Even though we could do the Prismatic Vista. Oh, that's a good one. We might potentially want to draw an additional. This. We'll be safe for now, but they might try and ossification it, or O-ring, or banish it, or something. Utopia Sprawl on the Forest. Interesting choice. We have not drawn... We don't want to play the Great Furnace because they could potentially get rid of it. We'll practice this magic here. We're at a fine number of planes, to be perfectly honest. And we're going to grab a mountain just so that we're not denied red later. Grab these two. Put that in the forest. We have shields down if they want to remove Ruby. That's fine. Ruby has done her purpose. Heliod's good. Heliod's part of the combo, and I think that the other combo piece is in Arena. Unfortunately for them, Worldbreaker does not destroy. It in fact exiles. So get rid of that. The best response to Enchantress. Just get rid of God. Worldbreaker consumes God. Wasn't Worldbreaker the name of the, no, Realmbreaker. Yeah? You're thinking about getting rid of it? You could banish it to the Abyss. Hope that I don't have anything better. There's the ossification. So instead of eating Ruby, there's the Worldbreaker. We'll see if we can find another piece of removal in our deck. They hit us for one. Portal to Phyrexia. That's an excellent one. It's not online yet though, so we're just going to play the land so that something. Ooh, Ugin.
More than you could learn in 1,000
ramp a little bit more. This will put us in the portal to Phyrexia range. We'll destroy your
My plans do not include you.
Send in no. Because it's still at Q4, so Ruby's not getting through that. Now, if they wanted to blow up the world with a Wrath of God effect, that would be fine. Because Ugin survives most of those. And if not, then we can technically, I think, flip a Tali. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then hold up Tamio's safekeeping mana. And then they're on like a 2-turn clock. I think that's our best play unless we draw something really good. That's your Ugin. What's this? Enchanted permanent can't attack, block, or crew vehicles. No. Okay. So we will activate this. Send in the clown. He's got the better half of infect on him. I don't know if they didn't read him, or if they just didn't have a good response to it. Yay, bronze tier 1. We got plenty of time. Complete victory. Inner City Eliminator. Okay. Have an opponent lose a game by having 10 or more poison counters. Oh, I want that lands, am I right? How close are we to a vault? It seems we're pretty far away. Beat a best day match after losing the first game. Wait, we don't play best of 3. Alright. Let's go back into the queue. Another Sauron the Dark Lord. This is a different guy, though. Ring of the Lucci's probably dangerous because they are on colors that can deal with it. The other cards cost way too much and there's no other ramp, so we'll take the mulligan. This hand is strictly worse. Mightstone Makestone doesn't deal with their commander, so a mulligan again. Ice Till and 1 land. Oh man, we are taking a 4-lander. We've done it before. Alright. We got everything that we need right here. But the moment they have a removal spell or a counter spell, we are done. They just need to be playing Grixis control pile and have with a full hand of 7 that they kept. And then we will have to draw perfectly, and they need to not do anything. They found their first Blades. Evolving Wilds. That bodes well. That is more of a budget alternative to actual fetch lands, because this comes into play tapped, which ruins tempo plays, and tap lands lose games. I run the very minimum required. That's a pretty good one. Drop down Ruby. Go in, because they don't take advantage of tapped creatures. That's only white, as far as I'm aware. The Royal Assassin is not going to punish us for a turn 2 swing. Double Island. They're bluffing. They don't have it. They just have weird colors. Sir, you don't have Counterspell. Don't try to bluff me. We do not negotiate with terrorists. Playing a Takanuma untapped kinda shows a little bit of desperation. I want to take them on. Cast trigger, remove Takanuma. Got an exile effect because I can fetch up a land that taps for colorless now. Ulamogers. Alright. We still don't have a counterspell though, which is nice. Did you know that there's one bounce land in Arena? We'll hold on to that bad boy for now. We'll send that over here and that to your face. They want to keep their bowmasters, which is fine. Get back on man, though. That's his ring bearer. I can't block that. Oh, the opponent's finally finding their land. Okay, so with Dolius comes down. We will go ahead and grab a Shifting Woodland. Give bonus to Worldbreaker. We will throw down to Dolius. Bonus to Ruby. And I have trample now. So Vastwood Surge, strangely enough, does win us the game. You've got it, my friend. You can draw a card, discard a card. He's desperately looking for lands. You've got a ball this way. Kick it. And give him the business. Boom, boom, boom. Minus 21. Every time that I think about cutting Gladiolus because it is just not as good as Primeval Titan, and I want to put something else in, he wins me a game single-handedly. He just plays a little mini-game of bouncing lands around, and I win. I just kill, man. Grab some packs. We'll go ahead and Mythic Strixhaven because we are looking for a mythic card. It's the wrong paradigm. You bastard. Okay. Once more back into the battleground. We're doing great for bronze. Ishtola, that's unfortunate. Should we have 4 or 5 toughness? 4? Okay, we might be able to deal with that. Domri... This hand's fine. Opponent going first sucks, though. But we'll keep this. The opponent actually having to mulligan for once. We love to see it. Could be the difference between victory and defeat. Thunderous is kind of expensive, but with Ring of the Lucci, we might get there. Dare we? No. I'm not gonna be able to play that in the next, like, 3 turns, so it's really not enough. That's pretty good. now we have to hold back because we have From of the Visage. And we can bolt something. Come on, play a 3 toughness creature. Don't ramp. I said don't. Okay, we'll go ahead and ramp while they're tapped out. The ideal situation. 3 cards in hand versus our 5 cards in hand. Do we? I don't think we do. Domri, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, which gives us ring. Okay.
Busting heads is my bread and butter.
Send back the forest. It's good Y'shtola art, though. I prefer that to the other one very much. They are continuing to ramp. They attacked on me, of course. Go down the ball flags. Grab the forest. Do we... I'll go somewhere. Not the best thing, not the worst thing. Okay, we'll keep that on top. We will plus Dollar.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you doing something?
In turn. Surveil land, okay. They've had all of their ramp, but not a lot of their stuff, which is nice. No. I think you have Menace. No? Okay.
We are the many.
Do they have the board wipe? They sure do. Get 2 more forests. Continue to threaten legal. Non-land permanent and Domri or ring? Domri. Okay.
I'll be back after I've licked my wounds.
You
You'll
got it,
see.
Yep. One flex on the plane where you don't have anything. And threaten lethal with Ruby. God, I keep forgetting the well growth. When it dies, it actually gives me stuff. That's so good. Such a good bounce back. This one, right?
The only authority that I recognize is chaos.
We'll give them another turn. That was a little bit of a throw. Flexing on him. Just praying that he didn't have another. My tempo was so good. We had an extra turn. Ooh, a pack. Predator's armor. No, not what I'm looking for. Ooh, mythic. Wild card. Triumph of the Hordes. Huh. Would you look at that? Gix Yawgmoth Praetor. This card is better in actual Commander because of his triggered ability, allowing you to trigger multiple times on multiple opponents. It's still very good, especially if they do some shit like this. Warchief Ascension could definitely. It's a mono black deck. We probably shouldn't give them that, but we definitely want more lands, more other stuff. I mean, if they just reanimate Atali, then it is what it is. Unfortunately, the timing doesn't really work out for us. You know, shields down on a turn where they can get free card draw by beating us in the head. Yeah, that's not good. Back to the story. Where he gets to keep Geth because of Kaya's ghost form. There's nothing we can do about that. Gix, sorry, not Geth. Yeah, definitely. We'll go ahead and draw your pathetic card. It was a MDFC. I just didn't want to play it. Let's see, we can't Blasphemous Act. But we can burn down the house. It's one too many because we don't have an impact. I don't think that's how that works. I think that the damage is supposed to... No, that's correct. So we will just drop this out. See if we can just take over the game. Because we get to keep up the Tyvar stand for 0. That's a 1 kill spell. Edicts suck. I hate them. Are you gonna overdraw your hand? Do you hate what's in your hand? Or are you just gonna keep it there? They're just gonna fill it.
Have at it, boys.
We'll get a... We do Ruby. I think we do... The map actually cleans out our deck a little bit better, even though we're not getting the aired archway anymore. Or the person backwards. Then we won't be drawing those particular lands. A 0-1. It's not the worst place for me to be. And then the Necro back up to a full hand.
What's that? Something smells rotten.
Ruby, and then
Wait,
we have
that might be
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Miscounted. 8. No, I'm a Domri. And then I have an Astral Titan. We're going to take that action. We'll go ahead and grab the Shifting Woodland and Manland. Send the Ruby after the invasion. That math is perfect. That matters. I was gonna say you can block, but the Domri Glow. That was the most uncounterable I've ever had in my life. Citadel. This could be expensive. She's off the top. Entirely off the top. Necro to get rid of the top one. Zogle's pretty good. Necro the land away. I don't even get to see what they are. And he has a 5+ drop at the top. He didn't drop his commander, which is nice. He's just gonna get away. And some treasure. That's pretty alright. Turn into Dracoset with the Shifting Woodland. Dark red, okay. Attacking the Diabolic, okay. We've got 5 or 6 mana to play with, which is pretty a lot. Aether Flux. Oh, that might be it. Oh, gain a life. Gain a bunch of life. Holy shit. But what's his actual win condition other than just not dying? I mean, I can't kill him anymore. I've been flashed to the good game. There it is. Aetherflux is a busted card. Well, he found it. What do you know? Sometimes you play a nice tempo game and get your opponent real low, and then they combo off from the top of their deck. Necropotence is a hell of a card. What can you say? They found it. At least we didn't lose any rank, because... Pantlaza! So this deck could do several things. Sometimes it's a combo deck. Usually it's not. Okay, that's fine. We'll send back... Rakusa. Pantlaza is sometimes a combo deck, sometimes it's a dinosaur deck, sometimes it's just random good stuff. We'll see what our opponent wants to do with it. There's just no way to know. They didn't have a bird, which is nice. That's a bird. That's a big bird. The other one gonna be a mountain. Missing. Maybe we should include a random one-off desert that produces a color and comes in play untapped. That's what we're doing. Just to be able to get rid of our favorite effect. It looks like he might actually be big stompy dinosaurs. So let's do... We have to play this. Let's do Redolius. Redolius gonna get us a... Actually, a fetch land seems pretty nice. Value town for a Signet. Saw Atali, the slow Atali. Cultivate. Hop off King. 5, 6, 7, 8. Not quite enough. Tapped, but we can still get a manland and a scrying. Warren collection. Ooh, that's also good. That's in there. did successfully block the abilities because he can't power himself up. He's a very good friend. Ephemerate, an absolutely busted card. Oh, they chose not to cast it. Opa, okay. You just go big. We ramp to victory. Rodelius turns hands full of this ramp into silver. Silver 4. With 15 minutes to spare. Alright. So this should be a cliff of higher skilled players, better decks. Managed to break out of copper in an hour and 40 minutes. We'll see if we can rank a little bit in silver. I don't think we can ever get to gold with this deck. Nashi is infinite value if he gets going, which we don't have a way to stop. This hand's fine. It's got colors, it's got ramp, it's got protection, it's got land on the top. Because they're gonna have an edict. They'll probably have the edict. If they have a land. I mean, why would they keep a hand without land? Oh, okay. Yeah, we can get that. We did not. Don't attack. You have a 1-drop instant in your hand. It will protect you. You just gotta believe. Oh, it's a targeting one. Oh. No. This is a brawl deck, sir. Sure. We messed up. Clown. Tainted Pact. Okay. Do they just have the combo in hand? Do they have oracles? Or are they looking for an answer? It could be either one. Probably they have the full one. They probably just naturally grew into it, and it doesn't matter what we did. Interact should have a life requirement onto it. Are you revealing these? Oh, okay, we should have had a deck tracker on it. At least we could have copied his shit. Whoop. We're gonna grab a... I wish there was a protection land or some kind of tech land. Arid Arch land. We'll do Ruby, because she can be more easily played. Back to Forest. That guy. In. There's the Nashi. Alright, we got him down to 1. He cannot spend life to do stuff unless he jumps through hoops, and he's only got 4 mana. And good game. Thank you, Glidolius. You have been an all-star today. Holy moly. That dude's won us 3 or 4 games at this point. On his own. Alright, we got time for at least one more. Target spell, surveil 2, draw 2 cards. This is a good card for the Cascady dude. Because you never want to run just hard counter spells in that deck, but the modal ones, the ones that you can do stuff even if you cascade into it, that's what it's not discovered. You don't just get them back in your hand. Lots of protection against a crime deck. Also some zappy zaps against a 4 toughness commander. We could try surveilling for a ramp spell. Doesn't seem like the best use of our time, but I think we might have to. The deck's... No, we can't. That's even worse. Holy shit. We should have kept the first hand. Okay. We'll send back the cards that we'll never get to play. Need a command tower. We have the tech to deal with this. We just need to top deck a protection spell now. Now. Right now. This next turn. Now. Oh, they got a little fetch land. Are they going to fetch for a tapped land or an untapped land? They have to find it. They don't know where in their deck the shuffler puts it. Mine is convenient because it's right on top every time. It's right there on the right. Perfect for blue. Okay, tapped land. Good, good. Throw down the Ruby. Got nothing better to do. Smack him in the ass. And then Ruby dies. Wow. We can't even cycle the thing because we need it next turn to ramp. Until we get counterspelled. Then we scoop. If Migration Path gets counterspelled, we just scoop. Yeah, you got a midnight clock. What the fuck do you want? Kogla and Yadaro is about to commit a crime when they play their commander. Do we cycle this? Because it's 4. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, which is Ruby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. Okay. Ruby's not landed yet. Ah, there's the washer land. Okay. Well, getting rid of their counterspell with Ruby is probably not bad. Just don't get to Ogla the Midnight Clock right now. Might lure them into a false sense of they can play out their hand, but their hand's just counterspell, so it doesn't matter. Counterspell, kill spell, whatever. Maybe we'll be able to get up to Bahamut. Here's Marchesa. Do you have Death Touch? You do not. Hey buddy, you looking for a crime? I got a crime for you right here. Yeah, I got your crime right here. What can I do? He's just gonna have crimes for days. Well, in theory, burn down the house takes care of that, but he should have a counterspell at this point. He hasn't used any yet. He hasn't needed to. Well, that's nice. It's the Goyle. Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't it be fun if you bricked? Okay. We got a world-ending threat here. Comes back to my turn, we have a significantly better chance of winning. We're having this Chupacabra. You sure do, bud. Ah, there's the counterspell. We need an untapped land to play Bahamut right now, or else Midnight Clock just resets the hand, and we don't get none. Tooth and nail. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is shy. So, what we have to do, unfortunately, cheat out the ball. None for you, work for it. So close. Just so obscenely close. The moral victory. Because we're never going to beat them otherwise. We already drew her out, and we didn't have the mana to play it, so... Oh, there's a land. Fantastic. What a ridiculous card. I don't even think there's any more outs in the deck. Tooth and Nail was our out, and we just didn't draw the lands in time. Because Calamity Bahamut would have turned this game around right quick. But Bahamut's in the yard now. We don't have a way to bring him back. Even the, even Bargain can't get us out of this one. He's trying to figure out what's going on. He's confused that he got this far. Really. It's just awkward, you know? It's your go. I mean, you don't have to be a dick about it. You already got this far. Like, what is even the point? Maybe he disconnected. Maybe he is just going to give us the match. Or he's got nothing better to do. What a game to end on, because there's... It was, in fact, like a 10-minute game, so we don't have anything to do, anywhere to be. I mean, technically, there are still outs in the deck. We could get a Calamity and... Vault Tyrant. That's a good combo. It's no Calamity Bahamut, but it could work. Maybe they walked away and are just expecting us to forfeit. It's possible. At this point, if I wasn't streaming, I would just pull up the anime that is perpetually on my side screen and just start watching whatever was on there. They seem to have disconnected. I mean, we're probably going to draw an untapped land now, like 3 turns too late. Because if we could have used the Tooth and Nail even to just reload our hand, then that also would have been excellent. Oh shit, they may have just died. Spell sleep in the keyboard. Oh my god. What an unsatisfying win that I hated to be a part of. Well, thanks to our opponent having a heart attack, right before they were able to seal the deal, we were able to win our last match. Not enough gold to get a single more pack. And that's just going to give a XP, so there's no reason to do it. Balloon black cards we can do next time, but we're not going to be able to do 20 cards. The other deck that we have is just not the way. Anywho, thanks for showing up. I'm glad to be back from vacation now. It's been a rough time for me, if I'm being completely honest. It's been a mental health kind of thing. I had vacation last week, and I didn't really feel like streaming the entire time. The sound issue seems to be fixed. I'm actually not playing with headphones on because of the way that the stream mix seems to be mixed up. Wires are crossed on the thing. So we'll have to figure something about that out. So that I can listen to stuff. But it didn't seem to freeze the entire computer, so I finally think we fixed the issue that has plagued us for months. So maybe I'll feel better. Maybe we'll be able to do some stuff. We've still got Subnautica to do. We had all the directs because E3 died a screaming death in 2020. So we had all those directs, all the different previews and stuff. Maybe we'll be able to do God of War Valhalla? Or not Valhalla, that was the previous one. God of War Lofi? Perhaps. We never played God of War on this channel. We'll figure it out. And then we got Marvel Superheroes coming up this week, next week, at some point. So we'll definitely have to play a bit of that. There were a couple cards that I wanted from the set. I'll just have to figure out what they were. I don't think they're on Arena yet. Anyway, so I still don't think I'm going to be able to put up a schedule. Oh, that was another thing. I started 3D printing on my time off, and we're printing out a ship for personal use of Dungeons & Dragons stuff. It's a big print. Like, each print is taking like 16 hours, and it's just sections of the floor, and I'm having to print multiple sections of the floor each time. And only one printer is up right now because I only can find one workable USB stick in this entire house. Rip me. Anyway, that'd be fun. I wanted to do streaming of that on Twitch. Just have the 3D print going in the background, and I'm just not sure how to moderate that. I need to talk to my friend about automatic moderation, because obviously if it's a 19-hour print, I also need to figure out if Twitch like deletes VODs after 11 hours or something, because I know YouTube does that. After you get to 11 hours 55 minutes, it'll just like delete the VOD or some shit. It's wacko. Anyway. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Bye. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, post them in the comments. If you think that I misplayed it all, do the same thing. Otherwise, I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.